a stay-at-home dad, watching Disney movies he never had. His daughter digs through all the VHS, crushing the classics in a princess dress. Informed like Scuttle, Kurt's got your ticket, making it real like Jiminy Cricket. Most are off the Captain Hook, but if the Tweedledum, he'll be taking more shots than Bambi's mom. Leaves him raised like Simba, or cracked like the beach dishes. He'll show you a whole new world, you won't need 3 wishes. Stay at home, Disney Dad.
It's Sportsball Fall, week 1, something new. Remember the Titans. Based on a true story, I get it. But the based on the true story ones are the worst to review. Anyway, let's press play. Alexandria, Virginia, 1971. We meet some girl who tells us high school football is a way of life there. It's an institution. It's bigger than Christmas Day. She's like 10. Her dad is head coach of the high school football team, and mom left, and they ended segregated high school, and now high schools are mixed races, and that summer a black person was killed by a white person, and the city was ready to explode. There's a lot of information in the first 5 minutes there, and I was hoping this was going to be the usual Disney disgraced big-time pro team sports coach has to go to a small town and coach a ragtag group of given up losers, and they make it all the way to the football cup or whatever while learning about life along the way. No, this is some real shit. So buckle up this week. We're watching football, and white football players are mad. They think they're going to lose their spots to the black football players that just joined the school, and suddenly there's a black assistant coach, and no one is happy. The black assistant coach and his family are moving in across the street from the white main coach's house, and a bunch of racists are watching them move from their racist front window and making racist remarks. Oh, okay, actually this new guy isn't the assistant coach. He's taken over as head coach. This is Herman Boone. The little girl is mad because the new black guy took her dad's job, and she's freaking out. Just lovely kid. Great job parenting. I guess Boone doesn't even want this position because this guy, Yost, is great at his job and is about to be inducted into the Sports Hall of Fame or some other sports nonsense, but Boone sees what this means to the black community and takes the job. Yeah, Boone's like, I don't think I want this, I'm going to pass. But then he goes outside and there's like a parade, like a party of black folk on his lawn who clap and cheer him on. And they're like, we need this, buddy. We need to win for our race in these parts. Thank you for doing this. So like he can't say no. There's a knock on the door and a little racist white girl with the curly hair sasses him. And her dad, the old coach, comes in and I can't make fun of any of this, right? Yost is making his pitch to be head coach, and Boone is like, the best players are going to play regardless of race. Boone tells Yost it would be great for relations if he stayed on and worked under him as assistant coach, and Yost does not like that. There's a meeting and all the white players are like, I ain't playing for no insert racist word here. So the whole white team is going to boycott this year. This is delicious. Just let that sink in. Just the black players are going to play football for this high school team. What a threat! Oh my God, where's the school going to display the dump truck full of trophies after this season? I don't know. Good. Yeah, anyway. Boone tells the black players they are going to camp next week, so show up in a shirt and tie. If you don't have one, borrow one from your brother or your dad, or go trade a homeless guy for one. Because I know there's a bum on the streets who looks as raggedy and ridiculous as you do. Okay, just making friends. Hey, it's Ethan, what's his face, the actor. The fat, not fat, skinny guy shows up, which is funny, because we all remember him from American History X, right? That's the same guy. The white coach and the white players show up, and he's like, let's play ball. And he's like, you okay working under me after all? And he's like, let's play ball, all right. A couple of cocky white guys try to tell Boone's what's what, and he gets up all in his face, and Boone mocks him in front of everyone, and he's like, get on the bus, you stupid Coach Boone has no chill. He mixes them all up and makes them share rooms, and the fights start immediately. Now the coach lines them up and calls them 5th grade sissies. He says that they need this anger, but football is about controlling that anger and using it in a team setting. Is it? Practice montage, let's go. Great shot of the black coach Boone where he screams at one of his own black players and the white coach Yost looks up and is like, okay, maybe he will call this down the line, okay. That Ethan guy is sitting with the black players because I guess the white players only like the white players unless they're fat, then they don't like them. I don't know, okay. Again, based on a true story, these are important moments in sports history for sure. Not the type of movie that I enjoy doing for this review segment. I'm not making fun of a second of this movie, right? There's no way in hell I am lampooning this at all, right? So let's just get through this. This tub of goo slowly becoming the bridge between the black and the white players. He starts singing and dancing at lunch, and both of the black and white players agree that this guy is a f***ing idiot, right? Unifier. Boone tells the team that every day they have to meet a new player of the other skin color and report back to him what they learned about the other player until everyone has met everyone. Sounds exhausting. During practice, one guy asks for water and coach says, water is for cowards, and I want that on a t-shirt, but there's more. Water isn't just for cowards. Water is only for washing blood off your uniform. The main coach Boone is so insane that the white assistant coach Yost is like, you need to chill, buddy, okay? The white captain Jerry and one of the best black players, Julius, have to meet each other and do their little thing, but then they bicker. But more about football bickering, like, you run the line, you don't wait for blockers. Football talk instead of, we hate you because of the color of your skin, so this is a moment of progress. The new black coach, Boone, is torturing these kids, and the white assistant coach, Yost, is like, dude, this isn't the Marines. Like, the main black coach is not so slowly turning into the villain of this story. Like, what is happening? Okay, he makes the team run into a graveyard, and it's Gettysburg. It's freaking Gettysburg, and he's comparing Gettysburg to high school football. Okay, they got destroyed here on this hallowed ground, and if we don't come together as a team, we too will be destroyed. Now things are happening. The captain, Jerry, calls a play and his white buddy didn't block the black runner or whatever, and he's reprimanded. He reprimands his white buddy in front of the whole team. Jerry and Julius bonded. Here we go. All racism and prejudice out the window. This team is all on the same page now thanks to these two leaders. A new cop arrives in town, and he has a son with hippie long hair, but this guy can throw. He's immediately on the team. Hey, who is this Dreamboat? Is this the guy from Iron? Well, no, it's the f***ing Goss from Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yes, that's how I know Ryan Gosling. Shut up, okay? This guy's on the team too, okay? They go in circles telling mama jokes in the dressing room, and then they all break into Ain't No Mountain High Enough, as you do. The new hippie guy just runs up and kisses Captain Jerry on the lips, and what is happening, okay? Also, to be fair, though, Captain Jerry, just about the gayest name you could come up with, right? I love it. The soundtrack for this movie has to be epic. Like, so much is happening now. Looks like they got over the racism, so now they got to deal with this guy's homophobia. I don't know. They asked the cops kid who cut his hair if he was just messing with the Captain Jerry or if he's really gay. Is that the guy from Scrubs? Okay, let's look this up. Yeah, that's the guy. Holy shit. The little blonde girl is Hayden Panettiere. Is that how you say it? From Heroes and Scream. Fantastic. Good find. While I'm here, let's look at the soundtrack. Okay, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Amazing. Spirit in the Sky. Awesome. Peace Train. Nana, Hey, Kiss Him Goodbye. Long Cool Woman in a Black Dress. Hits keep coming. Up Around the Bend. Creedence Clearwater Revival. All killer, no filler, this soundtrack. I swear if I knew anything about football or sports culture or popular actors, this movie would probably be just amazing for me like it apparently is for everyone else, right? High rated. Now the bus pulls back up to the school and camp's over. They all get out of the bus together. Blacks and whites, all friends on this team. They're all brothers, but the crowd, not feeling this at all. They weren't there. They still hate each other, okay? September 4th is the first day of school and there's protests with parents. No one can believe that all the players are getting along now, despite the racial tension. Coach learns that the city is all up in arms against him, and even if they lose one game, just one game, that's going to be enough to justify getting Boone fired. And just like that, we go to the first game of the season. He says in Greek mythology, the Titans were greater than the gods, so let's be Titans. That was a great speech, okay? The white coach, Yost, gives the little girl, she's having a meltdown. Like I said, we're in the first game, and black coach Boone reprimands one of his black guys and benches him, and then the white assistant coach Yost takes that guy off the bench, puts him in his defensive line, and it works. The team is clicking. It's such a weird script. It's like they legit switched, and the black coach has become the bad guy, and the white former coach, the new assistant coach, is the good guy now. I can't keep, like, it's just... The coaches are arguing now because sure, Yost made the right call taking that guy that got benched back in, but Boone feels like he undermined him. Now I don't even know who I like, okay? I just know I kind of dislike football. And I obviously hate racism, so I'm hoping to end this review and forget the Titans. Pause for laughter. There's a bunch of filler side stories. Cool white hippie guy tries to take his black friends to a white bar and they get kicked out. Jerry tries to tell his racist mom that the black kids are okay. We're off to game 2. Now that angry little blonde girl is playing basketball in her front yard, Boone and Yost's little girls come together and the little black girl asks the little white girl, "What are you doing?" And the white girl says, "I'm shooting hoops." God, that made, yeah. Just get that over with now. Moving on! Boone gives Yost a written breakdown of plays and says, anytime your daughter wants to come over and play with my daughter, she's welcome. At school, the girls are watching the hippie sunshine guy with the long hair do Tai Chi. A race riot breaks out in the hallway of school, and former racist turned good guy Jerry breaks it up. That's the captain. Little white girl Cheryl is at Boone's house, and together, her and the dad are watching game footage at his house when a brick or something smashes Boone's window. He gets his shotgun. And he sees a blue sports car speeding away. Now there's a surprise meeting without the coach by the players. The white players start leaving, and it's Braveheart speech time. Tempers are tense. But here comes the fat guy with the song again, and he unites the races with his bad singing. And I was scared he was going to do this song. Horrible. If you know, you know. God. The team keeps winning, and the team is uniting over the win. Coach has a word with Jerry. The mean white guy turned good guy. He wants Ray off the team. That's his white brother. He knows Ray missed that block on purpose so the black guy would get crushed. Coach says, you're the captain. You do what you want. Jerry goes and kicks his best friend off the team for being racist and not being a team player. Strong words. I hope this doesn't sound racist, but in a locker room full of like big buff black guys watching these two little pretty white guys mean mug each other is kind of funny to see. White cop stops one of the black players on the street, and you expect an uh-oh moment, but no. He tells him that last game, that was the best defense he's seen in this town in 20 years. See, things are healing. That was a good moment. This has turned into a good little movie. That being said, how much longer is this? We have a camcorder footage montage of the team training and playing. I'm guessing this is the part of every sports movie where we blow through the rest of the season and we get to the championship game. We see the Titans are 9-0. The 1971 Hall of Fame nominees are announced at some black tie gala. Yost is up. We jump to stuffy white guy secretly telling him that they're going to get rid of Boone, and you can have the team again as head coach. Uh-oh. The other team's coach that they're playing on Saturday calls their coach a monkey in an interview. Yost is conflicted now because he didn't like that. The refs are making bad calls against Boone and the team on purpose, and Yost is at his breaking point. He sees his daughter complaining about the calls, and he snaps awake, and he calls out the crooked referee. See, I guess they want the team to lose, so they have an excuse to get rid of Boone as head coach. Yost tells the referee he knows all about it. He says, you call this game fair or I go to the papers. He rages, and he says to the team, you blitz all night! And that's got to be some sort of football battle cry. I don't know what that means. The players start selling like they were clotheslined in the WWF. They're like doing backflips from impact and shit. That's fun. That's funny. They win, and the mean white guy from the shadows of the Hall of Fame dinner pulls Yost aside and says, you just lost your Hall of Fame spot. During handshakes, visiting coach that called black coach a monkey won't shake his hand, and black coach says, hey! And he turns around and tosses a banana. Got him! There's a block party and everyone is jazzed for state championships or whatever. Then popular racist white guy turned right, nice guy Jerry drives by and gets T-boned. He's in the hospital. We learn he's paralyzed from the waist down. Jesus, he's sad he's paralyzed, but how long is this movie? We're going on like 2 hours. Okay, Jerry's in the hospital, but he doesn't want any visitors except for his black buddy Julius. And Julius is like, I should have been there with you, man. Why? In the car? What are you talking about? The next morning, the coaches are wondering what to do without Captain Jerry, and Boone is like, maybe I pushed him too far. Did I even miss something? Like, he didn't get hurt on the field or in practice. He was joyriding around the block and got T-boned. Boone says he's going to have a press conference, and Yost says, is this even about football anymore, or is it about you? Boone is sulking, and his wife starts coming on to him for no reason. She offers, sometimes life is just hard. Yeah, thanks. Read the room, girl, okay? Jerry says he's going to go into the wheelchair Olympics. All right, here we go. The big game of all big games. This is the biggest of the big games ever. They're going to leave it all on the field and all that stuff. We learned that The singing fatty is going to college after all. That was a thing I didn't track. He didn't know if he would make it or not, but he made it, so hooray. Jerry is watching from his hospital bed. The big game starts, and white assistant coach watches a play and mutters, "Shotgun? Who do they think they are, the Jets?" Got him again. Direct hit. The little blonde girl, who I know now as future Heroes hottie, runs onto the sidelines and starts giving Boone advice. Like, okay. At halftime, Julius gives his Braveheart speech instead of running like hypothetical plays with his players. Okay. CFCR starts blasting as we see the newly motivated home team starting to kick ass and take names. This movie soundtrack again kicks ass. I bet this movie, all good stuff. Honestly, again, it's based on a true story about racial prejudice. Doesn't make for a great comedy review. These are supposed to be light and funny. I'm obviously not going to lampoon these issues in any way, nor am I even watching this with my daughter, because I had no idea how racially charged this movie would be. I didn't know about this movie until we started this journey even, so, you know, it's pretty far on the other side of what we started out to do with this movie review segment, but it's a good movie, honestly. It's an important movie. It must have sold well because every single thrift store has like 5 copies of it on VHS, so I'm not dragging this movie in any way. Good on you, Disney. It's well done. Okay. They run the last play, and I guess they won. Everyone cheers, and Hospital Jerry cheers, and I cheer because it's over, and everyone is gracious to defeat. Yost tells Boone he was the right man for the job, and he replies, "You're a Hall of Famer in my books, Yost," which I guess is as good as being in the actual Hall of Fame. Okay, the Titans dance their way into history, 13-0, the narrator tells us. Jerry won a gold medal for shot put in the wheelchair Olympics. They all returned for his funeral, and everyone is grown up. And we were reminded that, quote, "Before we reach for hate, we always remember the Titans." Nice. We get some serious 6 Feet Under vibes as we get shots of the team all grown up, and they sing a sad rendition of "Na Na Na Na, hey, 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 goodbye" at the funeral. We now do that thing where before credits, these are real people and we learn what happened to them in real life, like the coach's coach for another 4 or 5 years and remain friends today. We learned that Jerry died in a car accident, for real. Another car accident. That is some Final Destination for Jerry right there. Crazy! Sportsball Fall continues next week, and I hope it's a little lighter of subject matter.
That's what I think about.
What do you think?
What we have is a concern about Curtis Anderson. His interviewing style is not the best. His personal appearance is not the best. I was wondering if the man has some kind of a hold over the channel that he's allowed to be employed for so long with the standards of journalism and personal appearance.